Hello and welcome back everyone to Yeah the Girls. You're joined as always with your co-host and host, Becky. I was actually practicing that in the toilet and I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense, and I've gone and done it. Anyways, you're joined with Becky, Claudia and G as always. We're leaving this in. We've got a massive show lined up. How are you girls feeling? We've come off the back of a win up in the sunny sunshine in Sydney.
Yeah,
so
nice.
it's been lovely.
It has
this
been,
week.
and we've come off the back of our condensed period. We
Oh.
are now back into our schedule. That's what
We're all a bit delusional, as you can tell,
Very
and
delusional.
tired. I think before the pod we'll just like
literally took a moment.
after a coffee too.
Yeah.
So
I've had 2 coffees already and I'm still half dead.
still fighting it.
Yeah,
But no, we've got a massive show lined up. We'll have a little touch on the game and some milestones in the game, which was amazing as well. And we've also had a debutante, which was great. And we'll have her on, Bella Smith, as our guest this week.
Yes.
So we'll get to pick her brain about her footy journey and how she felt coming into the game for her first game. I want to say game again in the hoops. I reckon I said it about 10 times there. But anyways, we'll have Which Cat Is That with her as well. Touch on Richmond, which is exciting. That's already coming up. It's already Wednesday. I can't believe it. So yeah, massive show ahead and super excited. But we'll get started with our sweet and sours of the week, girls. Do you want to kick us off, one of yous?
Go, Gunji.
All right, I'll start this week. Well, obviously we were in Sydney over the weekend, so we'll start with my sweet. I studied up in Sydney for a few years, so lived up there for a little bit and have
in your natural habitat
in
up
my
there,
natural
doll.
habitat in the sun. So we had I had a couple of my really, really close friends who were like family over there to me because when I was up there, I went up on my own and had no one. So made some really nice friendships and yeah, they came to my game, which was really sweet. I ran over to them straight after the game, which was really exciting. And, you know, they're always so busy as well. So trying to catch up is really hard. But I love when we have away games in Sydney because then I get a chance to catch up with them. And so
I
it
think
was
we
very
got some
sweet.
really good photos out of that and some video
Yeah,
footage too of you
it
hugging
was
them over the
cute.
fence.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
they look like they had a good day too up on the hill. With
Oh,
a
they
couple
were
of
sinking some
spritz.
Aperols,
Yeah,
so they loved
love
it. I was
that.
actually very jealous. But no, it was good. And it's so funny because they're from New South Wales. They don't really watch AFL at all. One of them has no idea about sport in general, but the other one is more of a rugby fan. So I think they were standing next to my dad and I'd marked the ball and one of them was like, oh, good catch, Claudia. And my dad's like, Rach, it's not a catch. It's not a catch. It's a mark.
That's
So
funny.
that was definitely my sweet this week. And then my sour was actually so funny because I didn't have one until I walked into the doors today and quite literally walked into the door because what happened was I was walking from my car and I was really texting someone, wasn't looking, and I had walked straight into the wall outside, like the big stadium wall. But the worst thing was there was a guy behind me walking into the club and he's just witnessed the whole thing and a full rebound off it. And he was like, don't worry, Dal, I've done that before.
Oh,
I was like, oh
no, he even addressed it.
I was
He
going to
was
say,
like,
would you rather someone address it or just give you the eyes like I saw that, but I'm not going to say anything?
He was trying not to laugh so hard, but I was just so embarrassed. I went so red. But anyway, that was my sour. It gave me one, so it was good.
Oh, good on you, Doll. Hope you haven't got another egg on your head.
I know,
you tend to get
I've had
those
enough
every
eggs,
week.
Yeah, so that's enough for me.
Oh, what was your
Far out.
sweet and sour, G?
I'll start with my sour. My sour was I'm obviously, as we know, a game day hair wash
Oh,
gal.
yes.
And I jumped in the shower and I had kind of left it a little bit late to shower and wash my hair. So I went to shampoo it and the shampoo bottle, I'm not able to squeeze it, but I've already I've wet my hair and I'm going, oh my God. So I just don't know why I went into such panic mode, but then I've broken. Listen to look at my English today. I've broken the top of the pump bottle off the thing, tried to stick it back on, continue to push it. I'm thinking I'm just going to rip the thing off the wall. Obviously not that strong.
God.
Couldn't do that. So in the end, I thought, I'm going to have to do it. So I washed my hair with body wash.
Oh, gee.
Oh, I'm sorry, that is criminal.
That is
I was already thinking the
Oh
fact
my
you're using the
God.
shampoo and conditioner supplied
From
by
the hotel.
is criminal. You've absolutely
Gee.
railed that one.
That is like,
So I did
Oh no.
Oh, and then I used the conditioner, and anyway,
no.
it turned out okay. But it was such a
That is
pain.
like the men's 3-in-1 wash.
Well, I've done
Criminal.
the 3-in-1 before. I thought,
Criminal G.
but I was like,
girl.
this is worse. Like, this is pure body wash. There's not a
Gee.
3-in-1.
You've got to look after the curls, girl. What is that?
Anyway, so that would have to be my sour
Oh, no.
for the week. And then my sweet would be sharing the 50-game milestone with Darbs.
Yeah.
We reflected a lot over, the 24 to 48 hours lead up, which was really nice. And obviously someone who I played with in the very first game that we had here in 2019. And have always shared really, honest conversations, been there to support each other. So it was, couldn't have picked a better person to kind of have that reflection time with.
Oh.
And receive some beautiful messages from people, so that's always nice too.
And you had your fam up as well.
And had mum and dad there
Yeah.
with me, so that was special.
I mean, they're always there, but
They
it's
are.
extra special.
Usually though, for them, because every trip is an away trip,
Yeah.
Yes. Bit
but they'll
closer.
only come to the Victorian ones.
Yeah.
So for them to,
Yeah.
but
go
it was
Sydney.
it was closer for them, so it was nice to see them
Oh,
get to one
lovely.
of our away trips.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless.
Beautiful.
Oh, well, off the back of that, my sweet was seeing my mum, who lives up in New South Wales too now.
Aw.
And, well, first of all, she's given me a ring because I said, you got to ring me around 12:30, no later, because
Yeah.
I'll have you
Yeah.
got to hand your phone in at the game. And she was like, yep, I'm already here. This is at 12 o'clock.
Aw.
And the guy said, like, this is where the bus will pull up. And I've actually never been to Henson
yeah.
Park. So I was thinking, oh my God, she's in like the full car park, which is fully closed off. No one's allowed to be in there. And she's managed to get in there waiting for us. So I was like, oh no, don't wait there, Mum. Like, I don't think you should be waiting there. Like, little did I know that you just sort of park on the street and you walk across. So where she was standing was so fine.
Aw.
So that was so sweet seeing Mum, and also running out behind yourself and Darbs
yeah.
holding little
Yeah,
Ella's
how
hand
cute
was
was
so
that?
cute
Adorable.
for your milestone games. So that was really nice. And my sour of the week was obviously love Sydney, love everything it does, and love everything it does. Okay.
We're really on a roll today.
Love everything about Sydney and shopping. We just love a shop.
We love a
so we
shop.
had plenty of time the day before, and Claude and I and a few of the girls went down to the mall to have a bit of a shop. And because it was the long weekend in Sydney and the grand final was on, there was people everywhere.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
It was absolutely insane, and I was just getting hot and bothered, and I was like, this is not great because I just want to enjoy a shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And we were so ready to buy stuff.
We were so ready to buy stuff. I
I
have
have to say,
been.
there was conversations on the bus on the way up about how ready people were
We
to go
were
and
ready.
have a shop.
I haven't had a good shop in a while, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm on here. I'm ready to spend a bag.
Yeah.
I didn't spend a bag,
we
so
didn't.
that's probably a good thing. But anyways, that was my sweet and sour of the week, girls.
Very good.
But I feel like another sweet of the week was winning the game against Sydney.
Woohoo! Finally a W again.
So good. How good's that winning feeling? But yeah, it was very hot conditions
Very
up there.
Did you feel? I felt hotter in that Sydney game than the Gold Coast game.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Agreed. This is probably a bit TMI, but for me to know like if it's really hot or not, I start to chafe between my thighs. And the Gold Coast game, I struggled in the last quarter. Like, oh my God, I'm waddling because this is insane. The Sydney game, I didn't chafe, but I felt way hotter.
Yeah, it was crazy, wasn't
Which
it?
was insane. So, no, the very hot conditions, and I think being in those little what do you call them?
I was going to say Portaloo.
So was I, and I was like, that's not right.
Porter rooms.
Porter rooms.
Porter rooms?
Portable rooms.
Was very hot and hot and stuffy, but anyways, it was good to be playing in crisp conditions in
It
terms
was.
of
Yeah.
no real wind.
No rain.
Oh, there was a little bit of wind
There was
in
definitely
the last
one
quarter,
scoring
mainly.
end, I reckon.
There
Mm.
I think there was only one game the whole game scored at. Oh, sorry, one goal the whole game scored at the other end, and that was
Really?
Ash's
Yeah.
goal. Yeah.
To be fair though, in saying that, at the start I thought, yep, this is definitely the scoring end. But when you then watch the play happen, I think across the ground, it's not like, you have games where even hitting a 20 to 25 meter
Yeah.
kick, you're like trying to just bang the thing because the wind
wind.
is
Yeah.
so the force coming back the other way. God, I really can't speak. is so strong. Whereas I didn't find it actually affected the ball movement on the
No,
way up the
it
ground.
didn't.
It
No.
just carried that bit more.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
out the back when we were going towards that.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
for people
true.
left of screen.
And look, it probably impacted our conversion a little bit. We obviously scored 14 points, which if you equate that, I think it's like 84, 86 points or something, which is a lot. So we definitely could have been better on the whole conversion side of things. But no, I thought we played very well as a group. We felt very connected and were able to move the ball off the line a fair bit and just, really link up with each other. And I think, with those 14 points, we also got, heaps of shots on goal as well. So we had a fair bit too.
Is it 19 score?
Scoring.
Wait, what do you call
Scoring
that?
involvement.
Scoring shots?
Scoring shots.
Scoring shots, yeah.
Yeah.
19 scoring shots, yep. I kept thinking involvements and I'm like, no,
I know,
that's
I was
not
like,
right.
that's not it.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Crocky came out firing.
first quarter.
Yeah.
First
That
quarter
is
was
the best
unreal.
I've ever seen
7
anyone
and 1
play.
goal. Unreal.
Yeah, it
And
was
just to, like,
huge.
Contested marking, took the game on,
Yeah.
went fast, went slow, hit her kicks, and then finished with that goal in that first quarter. And I was like, girl, bloody oath. That was that was amazing.
I think, she's having a great season so far as well. So it's
very
it's been good.
consistent, and she's so fit and just
Just
playing
firing.
that role so well out
Yeah.
on
She
the wing.
have an engine. Like
She's
she would
got
have
an
the
engine.
biggest engine in our group, and just a grit and a will and a want. Even when you might think she's out of gas, she's absolutely not. She'll find something left in her to really bust her ass.
She's great. And we obviously had Bella's debut game, and
Yes.
we're going to chat to her a little bit after this. So we're very excited to hear about how she went. But definitely a great time as well with the debut. With the oh my god, what is wrong with me now? It's contagious with the milestone games as well. So
Yeah.
that was very cool.
And I was super stoked
yeah.
for Bella. We were obviously chatting out there before around every single moment she was on the ground, she had an impact. We obviously saw her deliver at the the very end of a beautiful chain from our it was actually a D50 kick in that Shan first took, some overlap run, and then she just laced Lingy out for a goal
kick.
there inside 50. And then there was obviously her being able to fight on the inside and then evade and get it to the outside. I just think she was so clean, as well as her contested work inside that just allowed her teammates to then get out into space off the back of the work that she was
Completely
putting
agree.
in.
And that's her one wood, her contested work. So she was, at her absolute best on the weekend, which was
Absolutely.
awesome.
And in there with her buddy Thorny too, who I reckon
So good.
again is just
Taking
her
leaps and
strides,
bounds, isn't she?
forward.
Some real 1%ers from her too. Lots of smothers, spoils, all that stuff that we really value in our game. So
And they're just team lifting moments.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes, you can play out a game and go, at the end, did I get this many disposals, or how many tackles did I get? And it's like, but in the moment you see something like those smothers that were down in the pocket and then race through to have a shot on goal, and I go, oh my God, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, that's just
100%.
one of
gets
those,
you going, doesn't it?
Yeah, lifts
And you
the
don't
whole
get a
group.
stat for that, like doing those little things, or
It's
it might
so
be a pressure
ridiculous,
act or
hey?
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a
Yeah.
spoil or whatever it may be. But it's like, oh my God, that was such a moment of the game that sort of lifted
As
the
a
group.
as a defender, I think spoils should count as a posse, but anyway.
100%. But yeah, I feel like in weeks before, we've had the ability to sort of get the ball inside 50 and do all that sort of stuff. But I feel like on the game, we've really tried to hone in on our tempo and control of the game. And I feel like we did that quite well, considering for most part of the game, and just sort of finding those marks and slowing the game down when we needed to, and have control, and really really what's the word I'm looking I
I
was
have absolutely
thinking
no idea what the word
I
is
don't
that
know what
you're
you're thinking
going
either.
for.
like cherish the
Cherish.
football. Cherish the football. I was thinking pressure the football. That's not
No,
right.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh
And you
my
even look
God.
at the back end of the game, that last 30 seconds where we knew we just needed to retain the footy. We find a free. Meg sends it forward to Dubs.
Yep.
Top of the 50, takes a really important mark, and then goes, actually,
a
I'm just
30.
inside 50. Umpire, I'm going to go for goal here.
Yeah.
And just that game awareness as well. And then we obviously had a laugh last night watching that that last kick she takes, which she clearly laced out to Lingy and was, obviously
Mung
on
off the boot.
purpose.
Mung of a kick. Yeah, I
That's
thought
so good.
on that note, I don't know about you guys, but it was coming in hot in that last, especially I think it was like 8 minutes. It was in hot, and we just defended so well that lead. And I remember looking up and thinking, "There's got to be 30 seconds left here."
Yep.
And I looked up, and there was the 3-minute sign up, and I was like, "Oh my god, we've got to go another 3 minutes." But we did. We pulled together, and there was some crucial moments from some people in that last minute. And
Even Jackie's mark. Who kicked that out? That was a great.
was it you?
No, it wasn't me.
Thorny. Yeah.
There you go.
Thorny
Yeah.
again.
Exited the footy and Jackie just
Yeah.
took
Jackie
a
was
really
unbelievable
important
on the
mark.
weekend. One of her best games of the season, I reckon. Just her, I think obviously the kick to advantage really does help, but she was just marking and putting herself in best position to mark and have goal assists.
I think
And
she had
supporting
8
us down back
marks.
as well.
Supported us down back. No,
Yep.
she was everywhere. So good work, Jackie.
So overall really good to sort of get on the board again and, you know, play our sort of brand of football leading into Richmond this week, which I think we can take a lot of learnings out of as well.
Mm-hmm.
And continue to grow for the rest of the end part of the season.
Yeah.
But can't complain. It was a beautiful ground and beautiful deck to play out on the weekend.
Beautiful to travel with the team.
Yeah,
again.
always
Yeah.
lovely. But we'll move on to Richmond and get excited for that. But before we do that, we'll jump in with our guest Belle and have a little bit of an insight into how she felt playing her first game in the hoops.
All right, we are back and we are welcomed by our guest Bella Smith, Smithy, as she hates to be called.
I'm sorry, every time in the meeting when Dan says that, I'm just like cringe.
Same.
I do love that now you've actually made the move and you sit up next to Meg and I in our back row there where we love,
Backseat
we
bandits.
empathise, and then we rise again.
Yeah.
Is our saying
Yeah,
back
you
there.
ditched me.
I know.
Rude.
I have.
But it's fitting.
Yeah.
It is. I think we said the criteria was resilience as well. So
Yep.
I got the tick of approval. So
I love
No,
it.
but we are absolutely loving having you as part of our group. I know you probably heard this a lot. I feel like a lot from me over the last week or so, both with a birthday message and just being, saying how proud I was that you had been picked in the team. But, I think Nina put it really well in her speech around the work that you've done off field and both here at the track and externally as well, getting in the craft room with Will Sexton, our development coach, and just making sure that you're ticking every single one of those boxes, which is huge and was the reason why you were pushing so hard. And as a group, there were so many of us that were just like, it's her turn. She's got to have a go here. And so I think that's why we were all so buzzed that you did get your opportunity. So how did it feel to debut?
yeah, it was pretty special. I think, like you said, having the birthday on the Saturday and then, getting the call up to play on Sunday. It was, a pretty ideal weekend, if you ask me. Pretty good 21st present. But it was quite nice to get that reward, like you said, just being kind of ticking away and doing stuff externally from the club, and just so I can really hone in on what my strengths are and the stuff that I also need to work on that I can help to bring to the team. So it was a nice little reward to get that and put on the hoops for the first time and run out with you all. So
Yeah. And you obviously said that you turned 21. So you had your family down as well. They drove down, didn't they?
yeah, they drove down.
So big drive for them. But how special was that having them all there as well? Not only for your 21st, but also your debut game as well.
Yeah, like they obviously wouldn't miss it for the world. So 10-hour drive from Noosa. Because of course with the NRL grand final being on the Sunday, the flights were
It's ridiculous.
so
isn't it?
expensive.
weren't they?
But they never weren't going to miss it. So it was really special. And then obviously got to see my bestie Tegan, who lives in Sydney as well, and have her family down and her sister Maddie. So it was really nice on the Saturday go and have lunch with them all. And it was just honestly, like I said, it was too perfect, to be honest. So
Oh, that's so
yeah,
beautiful.
it was really cute.
I do have one question. What was your better birthday gift, the debut game or the Dyson Air Wrap?
I was thinking the same thing. Have you mastered the air wrap yet?
Yeah.
I know it's only been, 5 days?
5 days. Yeah.
I haven't. I'm going to have to keep practicing every day. I was trying to do it this morning and I just can't work out.
You did Thorny's hair though and it looked great.
I can do other people's, but my
Yeah.
own, it's just a bit different. I'm a bit
hard, isn't it?
uncoordinated with it all.
You'll get there. You'll
You
get
sort
there.
of, what do you got to do? It's like 80% dry and then you style with the 20% at the end, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I haven't quite nailed it yet.
No, we love love it, Belle. And you said your parents came from Noosa and pretty much you've lived your whole life up there. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So coming from the nice sunshine down to Geelong for your first time, I would love to get to know a little bit about like how footy came about in your life. And, like footy's probably not as prevalent up there, especially women's football when you were sort of growing up. So yeah, how did you pull on the boots and how did you end up here?
Yeah. So like, obviously I grew up, I was born in Warrnambool, Victoria. So majority of my family does live down here. We made the move up to Queensland when I was 5. So yeah, I grew up in Queensland, in Noosa, which I'm very privileged to be able to grow up there in such a beautiful place. And I've just always been around football. Like, I remember hearing the stories about literally when the day I was born that my dad had just signed to be a coach to a team and I was straight out of the hospital, straight down to a football club. So I've just always been surrounded by football. It was something that was probably always going to happen. And then I played, like, my first game. My brother's team was short and they needed an extra player and I was like, I'll do it.
How old were you then, Belle?
I would have been 8 probably.
Oh my God,
yeah, 8. I had to wear, like, football boots that were, like, too big. I think I was playing in denim shorts, whatever.
Oh my
something
God,
I was
that's
wearing
so
just
funny.
there. And I remember having, like, I still remember this memory of, like, having a set shot right in front and I absolutely shanked it. I was like,
Scarred for life.
So
Scarred for
she was
life.
playing forward, was she? Or?
Yeah, I was playing forward. I think it was, like, zones back then or something
Yeah,
like that.
okay.
So-
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of, that's where it all started and I kind of never looked back. And yeah, I got to play with my brother and my dad coached me majority of the time as well up until the age of 14. And then from there I was kind of told I wasn't allowed to play with the boys anymore. And then went into the girls' league, which I wasn't a huge fan at the start. And then, you know, I came around to it and met friends and that sort of thing. And then, yeah, went and played quaffle at Maroochydore in the senior league there. And then was fortunate enough to be drafted to the Lions and had 3 seasons there with them, which I learnt so much from and so grateful for my experience and the friendships that I've made from there. And then here I am at Geelong. So crazy.
Where we love having you.
Yeah.
Oh, we absolutely do. And you obviously mentioned that you have come from another club. Coming here, I know that you'd got a message from, was it Prez, saying we don't spend our time getting coffees and acai and laying in our bikinis in the sun.
And I laughed and I said, I do.
That's funny because I see Bella at lineup every day.
But what is it outside of the weather? What have you noticed is one of the biggest differences coming into these 4 walls from where you've been, or maybe there are some similarities as well?
Yeah, I think I definitely came down here with an open mind because I knew you guys were such a successful team last year and that was a big thing for me wanting to come here and be a part of this group. So, yeah, I came with an open mind and it definitely, there was some differences that from what I'm used to, but I also think every group's different and whatever works for groups is different from group to group. So, but I've, really enjoyed it. I think, you know, I definitely underestimated how hard the move would actually be. Just being away from family and then having your own stuff going on. I, really did underestimate it, but I'm, super grateful to be here and I've really enjoyed my experience so far. And now it was like, again, like so nice to get the reward on the weekend. It makes everything kind of worth it in the long run.
Yeah.
But I love being a part of this group and I think it's such a special group. And excited to see what the future holds for us.
No, it's so good, Belle. And I think those relationships that you build sort of make that experience so much better and worthwhile. Is there sort of like some teammates or coaches that have made that transition to move down, you know, so much easier? Or, how have you sort of built those relationships while you've been here?
Yeah, well, I think like it helped that I knew that I had family down here. Even though if I haven't seen majority of them for a long time, it definitely helped the move and transition be a bit easier. But I feel like I got along and kind of slipped into the group quite easily and everyone was so welcoming and it was quite an easy transition. I think the funny thing was when I first met Rachel.
You ended up going to Cairns together about 3 weeks later, so you must have hit it off.
Literally, 3 weeks later, we're on a 4-day holiday to Cairns together. Who would have thought?
That is great.
Wild. I remember the time thinking, this is so broke, but I bloody love it.
I know.
Yeah.
Bless.
I know.
Feeding the crocs or something, weren't you,
yeah.
on the side of the boat?
I know. We did it all. We went to the Great Barrier Reef. Don't think Rachel actually went into the water, but she's been to the reef. She hasn't seen it, but she's been there. But yeah, I found it quite easy to get along with everyone, and it's such a warm and welcoming group. So and I think over the time, earning the respect out in the field has also helped build, better connections within the group. But yeah, it's been great.
What about when it comes to your footy? Who do you feel has really been there and supported you in, the last few months? What have we been? A few months.
Hold on, just speak really close to the mic.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Definitely probably my housemate Nina. Have to give her a shout out. I think some people think we don't talk at home, but we definitely do talk at home.
I've seen some photos of you rugged up on the couch watching some reality TV shows together.
Yeah,
so.
no, we definitely do talk at home. But yeah, she's been a great mentor for me, really. I will go home and just go on rants about this and that, and we'll talk about certain things and go through clips and stuff like that. And she's quite funny because we are very different personality-wise. Like, she's very black and white, and
she's not dry.
Don't even get me started on the dry sense of humour. Oh.
We all think Bella has a dry sense of humour, and it's funny. She hates it.
And then I think I'm a bit different in the sense I'm very grey. So I think it's quite interesting our different perspectives when we do come together and have these conversations. We definitely challenge each other a bit, but I love it. I love our conversations. But yeah, Neen's has been great, a great mentor for me.
Yep.
So I'm super grateful for our friendship and outside of football, inside of football. But yeah, I think she's probably been the biggest one for me. And then within the staff, I have to give Seko a shout out. He's been great. Taken on a new little role, I think, helping us all out. And yeah, I'm very grateful for what he's done and the amount of time he puts into all of us, just the genuine care he has. Yeah. It's pretty special that we have someone like him within our group.
Couldn't agree more.
Love it.
Couldn't agree more.
Who's the better cook? I'd like to know out of you and Nina.
Yeah, true.
That's a pretty easy question. I am not handy in the kitchen whatsoever.
Which is strange because you
I
got all
thought
the
you would be.
utensils.
Yeah.
You got
I know.
the slow cooker,
All the
and
gear and no idea.
air fryer, and that's so true. And you know what bin night is nowadays?
I do. It was quite fitting to make the post. It was actually bin night.
I was like, this is
Yes, it was very
great.
fitting.
That is great.
That wasn't intentional, and Nina told me it actually is bin night. I was like, oh, I knew that.
Oh, that's
we
so
love
funny.
it.
Can you please practice your air wrap on Nina's hair? I would just.
I
die.
actually have.
Oh
I
my
was
God,
doing
have
it
you?
last night.
That's so funny.
It didn't look great because she has so many curls as it
Yeah,
is.
it's
So
crazy.
That's
Her hair.
true.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to straighten it a bit before you do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She needs to straighten the hair again. It's been a few
I
years.
used
now.
to. I was about to say I used
Remember?
to do it in our house. I did it for a couple of events, and I loved it, but it takes
It's
a
a long
minute. She
time.
got
Time,
some
yeah.
thick hair there.
Thick hair.
She does
Yeah.
have some thick hair.
No, that's great. Well, Belle, obviously, moving down here, footy is obviously a big part of your life. But have you got any ambitions outside of footy? Or are you up to much outside of footy at the moment that you enjoy doing?
I am at uni.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm like enjoying it that much, but I'm doing it.
What are you
Ticking
studying?
it off.
I'm studying criminology and criminal justice.
Yep.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
I know, it blows my mind.
Yeah.
I know, it's so random. I feel like I get asked this all the time. I'm like, yeah, it's a bit random, but I actually do really enjoy it. I feel like it's definitely been on the back burner a bit this season, just with the condensed fixture and all. But yeah, I'm just still ticking away at it. So
Yeah.
I'm just about to come up into finish my second year, and then next year will be my last year and go into placement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
And well, obviously, besides tanning, do you have any other hobbies outside of footy?
Well, I've had to find some new ones because there's not much tanning going on down here.
Not yet, anyways.
Yeah.
Not yet. As you said earlier, you find myself at lineup almost every day. Anyone could honestly rock up there and be guaranteed I'll be sitting in my corner, sitting there on my laptop
Pretending
doing
to do
work.
work.
The amount of times we'll all be there and I've got my laptop
Honestly,
pretending I'm doing work.
A whole group of us sitting there having coffee, and she's like, "Yeah, no, I'm just getting an assignment done." I'm like, "You are absolutely not. I have not seen that finger touch a key."
People who say coffee isn't a hobby, it's a bloody hobby. It's a great hobby.
100% hobby.
Yeah.
I got to do it every day. It's
I will
part of the
say
morning routine.
your household does. I don't know whether this is a hobby, but you host quite a few of the Melburnians who want to spend a night in Geelong. So
We do.
you've probably got another extra 3 to 4 housemates on top of the 3 of you
Yeah.
already living there.
We do. I love it though. I love having the social house that everyone feels welcome to come to. So
Yeah.
I find it such a compliment when people feel comfortable to come over and
Best.
Yeah,
and be in
that's
our
lovely.
house. Like we have Lily obviously in the house now as she's going through ACL rehab, and I've honestly been enjoying it so much. I just go and lay in bed with her and watch TV. Or this morning when I was curling my hair for today with my Dyson Airwrap, I was sitting in the mirror while she's sitting in bed and I was just talking. But yeah, we've got her and then obviously Katie as well, Thorny. I
Yeah.
just can't get around the name. I'm just calling her Katie.
Thorny.
Thorny and Smithy.
Yeah.
Smithers.
But yeah, I love it. I think it's such a compliment that they feel so comfortable to come over and just hang out. So yeah.
Couldn't agree
Beautiful.
more. Couldn't agree
Awesome.
more.
Oh, we've loved listening to you, Belle.
Yeah, but we are not done yet because we are going to play the famous Which Cat Is That game. So I'll run you through the rules because you haven't been on before on the potty. So
Have you listened?
Yeah.
she doesn't say that confidently.
I've only listened to when I was Guess the Cat.
Oh, yes.
When
that's
I got a
cool.
mention.
Yep,
So
that's fine. That's what most teammates do anyway.
Yeah.
So unless they're on, they're not listening. But basically how it works is that I have a cat in mind, one of either our teammates or coaches. And I've got a series of clues. I'll say them one at a time and you guys can buzz in at any point that you want. But if you buzz in and get it wrong, then you're out and then you leave it to the rest of the team here to hopefully score a point. At the moment, G is smashing the leaderboard on 4 and Becky's on 1 and our guests are only on 1. So we really need some help here in the guest department.
Every week.
Yeah, well, I just would rather anyone but G win this week. So
Okay, why do we pull people down?
I
Just if they're getting to the top.
because you're just winning too much. Okay,
We live in Australia.
yeah, duh. We have tall poppy syndrome. Anyway, but we do need buzzers from everyone. So I'm going to throw it over to G first. What's your buzzer, G?
Gonna go back to the traditional yeehaw.
Love it, love it.
Well,
Becky?
hasn't been working, so I'm going to go with 21.
What's 9 plus 10?
so
21.
fitting.
And Bells?
Can mine just be my name?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
you
I
do
might,
whatever
I
you
might
want.
forget and I want to be like on my game here.
Okay, you're on your game. All
Yeah.
right. So what are you going to do? How are you going to do it?
Bella.
Bella. Love it. All right. Smitty. Okay. All right. Well, let's kick it off. Clue number 1. This cat has a double-digit jumper number. Clue number 2. This cat's locker buddy is the same locker buddy she has had at a previous club.
Oh.
Clue number 3. This cat is rocking a new game day hairstyle this year.
21.
G. Oh, that's not
Becky.
even my buzzer.
Becky got in here. Becky.
Wait, what was that question that you said?
The third one.
She is rocking.
She is rocking a new game day hairstyle this year. Come on, Becky.
Zali Friswell.
No, Becky.
I was thinking
No.
that.
Jeez, I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not
Oh,
her.
true. Sorry. She hasn't been in another club.
Yeah,
Any
don't.
game say hairstyle.
That's okay.
Oh.
All right, Becky, you're out, unfortunately. Come on, Belsy. We've got,
Okay.
we've got a
Can I
big
stay
G
in?
here. I mean, if you want to.
Okay. I get an exemption this round.
Clue number 4. This cat has played another sport with a teammate before. Clue number 5. This cat has more than 2 siblings.
21.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, but I'm Becky and I suck at this.
No.
Fine.
Okay,
I whisper it to
Becky.
you?
She's giving me the eyes. I can't do it.
Well, you've got Bella here as well. We need the
yeah,
guests to
I
get an
actually have a
opportunity.
question about the first one.
Yeah, what's the
Another team. Are you talking like within AFLW or just
we've
another?
never asked questions off the back
Do you know
of
what?
those.
I'll
Sorry.
allow a question.
Okay,
Yes, I'm
cool.
talking AFLW.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Glad we clarified.
You are correct, Becky Webb. She
I'm
showed me.
taking it
She's
anyways.
going to take it in her mind.
I'm
that
taking
she's
it
got
in
it.
my
Well, you
mind.
could get a second chance if we don't get it
Oh,
right. 'cause
yeah,
I'm a
she
bit
does have a
lost right
second
now.
chance. Okay. This one would have definitely given it away to Becky, but number 6. This cat's lolly of choice out of Robert's lolly jar would be a black cat.
Oh, you just have to go because I know it.
How many? What clue
Okay,
are we up
we've
to?
got two more.
Okay, we've got two more.
Okay.
So
I'm trying to picture the other side of the locker room, to be honest.
I know, I can't see it. The big walls in the
Yeah, in
way
the
of
middle,
mine,
yeah.
oh, I'm really
Clue
I'm
number
really sad
7.
about
This cat once played in a netball game with her entire family.
This is so bad.
You
I
guys need to get to know
absolutely
your
have
teammate more.
no
Yeah.
idea.
All
Says
right.
the one who's on 4 points.
Yeah, I know. Not you. Just this teammate. All right, last clue. And then
Okay.
Becky's chiming in if not. This cat's arms are longer than her body.
Bella.
Wait.
Oh,
what?
Bella. Hold on.
Shan.
Yes.
Yes,
Shan,
yes,
let's
sorry.
go.
Wait, what's her different hairstyle?
She's
got
wearing
the
a pony
pony
instead
now.
of
She
the
was a
black.
bun.
The AFLW, the team that
Oh
got me
my
there, but I need to
gosh.
clarify.
Yes,
Yeah.
Bella. She's put one on the board for us.
Pretty happy with
Well,
that.
everyone, just so you can see, in my notes section,
She wrote, she
Shan.
did say Shan at
Yeah.
question 4.
Wow.
So,
so potentially half point.
pop
but
off Becky.
Sorry, Shan.
I didn't-
You know what? I'm going to give you 0.25.
Yay!
Becky's going to have 1.25.
Renee said at the very start, we're not giving out half or quarter points.
Renee's game is done. It's Gunja's game now.
No, well done, Bella, because I
Nah,
was
good
super
job,
lost
Bells.
there. Even
Well
the hair,
done.
because she's been doing it all season, I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? She's always in a
Was she,
ponytail.
was she normally a bun?
She was a
She's
bun.
bun,
last
yeah.
I
year.
actually had Shun in my head from the start, and then when you said the hair, I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Who's her locker buddy?
Her locker buddy is, I think it's Scotty.
Scotty, that's what I
and
was
then
thinking too.
she played cricket with Croc.
Yeah.
Because I was actually looking at Scotty. That's the only person I do see across the room from me. I'm like,
Yeah.
who's around you, Scotty?
Yeah. So Shan had been which cat is that before, so I had to change up the clues a little bit. So
That was good.
The
yeah.
long arms really got
The
me.
long
I was
arms.
thinking in review when she was doing these
Yeah,
ones.
it
and
was
I
very
like,
fitting.
They are quite long.
Yeah,
Yeah, she gave us the
Yeah.
spirit fingers at the end of last game.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're ridiculously long, and that's why she spoils so well. So
And smothers.
yeah, and
tackles
smothers and kicks and everything she does.
all the thing. Yeah, Meg likes to say that gives her the really low ball drop because her
Absolutely.
levers are so long.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she's great. We love Shan, and Shan loves a black cat lolly.
Ew.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you can have all them.
Help yourself, Shan.
Yeah.
Oh, well
right.
done, Gunj. And Bells, thank you so much for coming on. You have well and truly held your... I was going to say...
Held your own.
I was just going to say carried your weight. That's the word I'm looking for. And
It's been a day, guys.
There you go.
It's only
and
just started.
given a point to the guests, which, you know,
Woohoo.
we needed to spice
Let's
things up,
go.
make it interesting. But honestly, unreal for you to have gotten that reward. We've all spoken so highly of you across the preseason and season so far. So it was really great to have everyone else get to see what we've been seeing within these 4 walls and out on the track over the last few months. So thanks, girl.
Thanks,
Oh,
Bells.
thanks for having me. It's been great.
Oh,
Thanks,
awesome.
Belle.
Thank you. So really good to have Bella on this week. Always love to hear from a debutant, and I thought, yeah, she's given us a great insight into her life and her footy journey over the years as well. So that was awesome to have her on.
And none of us really knew her footy journey. We were
No.
saying beforehand, which is
Yeah.
probably not great as teammates. When you bring
Yeah.
someone in, that'd probably be the first sort of questions that you ask.
No,
but
we asked the hard hitting questions here at Geelong. Just
Like?
What's your coffee order?
what's your coffee order, and all about your love life or something. So
That's true. That's very true.
But no, great to have Bella on. And let's look into the game this week, though. On Saturday, we've got the Tigers down at Punt Road
The
at
Tigs.
3:05 p.m. But it's also Pride Round.
Yes. I was lucky enough to be in the Pride Round content shoot we had a couple of weeks ago, which is now starting to get rolled out, and it
Looks
looks absolutely
unreal.
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 I feel like we got to shout out Renee, our graphic designer. She absolutely smashed the content shoot
Yep.
and her ideas around sort of the rainbow in the background. It looks really cool. So very privileged to be able to wear that jumper.
yeah.
And the jumpers look great. And I know Bowie had a big part in that jumper design as well.
Yeah.
And even the group did
Yeah.
as
Yes,
well.
I was going to
Yep.
say you've got the Pride Progress flag. I don't know which way around you say it. Progress Pride? Pride Progress.
Pride Progress.
Flag that's wrapping around interlaced with the hoop so that we're keeping that. But then within the hoops, there's actually a heap of words. So if you look really
Yeah.
closely, if you get into the Cats shop, or you might even be able to, roughly see maybe a blur when we're in uniform on the weekend. But it has all these words which came from us as players, the staff, and our Pride supporter group of what Pride means to us. And obviously, it does mean a lot, even as allies of what that means to support our teammates or those in the community that are part of the Pride group. So it's a really beautiful jumper and nice to see. We didn't make huge changes from last season.
Didn't need to. It was so beautiful.
It was
already,
so gorgeous, and I just think the way that it is connected amongst the hoops is just something really special. That I know when the Pride supporter group came and spoke to us, they said that they still want it to be quite Geelong, like really have that traditional hoop, so that it is this real connected feeling that we're all one in the same, and we're all together on this journey. So I think that they've just done that so well.
Yeah, looks unreal.
It's
But
exciting.
super excited to be playing again this weekend. Tigers, we've always had a good little rivalry against the Tigers. So keen to come up against them again this weekend.
They're in great form.
Yeah,
They're
they
in
are.
great form. They've got some really stellar mids and some really strong bodies across the ground. So that's going to be something that we will look at in our preview.
Yeah.
I always get those
Preview.
Preview. So looking
No,
forward.
what was it?
to
It was review. That was what it was.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, that's not right.
Yes, in our preview.
So excited to be playing them.
Yeah.
Saturday 3:05 at Punt Road in Melbourne. So if you don't have anything on, come down and support us girls, because I know the Tiger Army will be out and fire there.
Full
So
force.
So let's show them which cat's better, hey?
hey, I like that. But no, looking forward to the game, girls, and can't wait to run out on the weekend.
Yeah, and hopefully another W in the bag.
Yes. Well, good pod, girls.
Absolutely. No words. I was like, say something. And I was like,
I don't think anyone's brain is connecting to their mouth
No.
right now, but anyway.
I think we need to wrap
goodness.
it up, guys.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening to our mumble jumble this beautiful Wednesday morning.
We'll get
and-
some beautiful bloopers from this.
Yeah, I
We
think
will.
so.
From this episode for you guys.
But no, thanks for tuning in. As always, your support means the world to us, and we're excited to be back again next week and having a chat about hopefully the W.
See you then.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys.